case, so we have this question here. Suppose f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Then if f of x is equal to 0, show that x is equal to negative b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac. Then everything divided by 2a. Okay. So basically here what we're going to do is we're going to try to derive this formula that we have here, which is the quadratic formula here. Now, if f of x is equal to 0 here, we're going to equate this expression that we have here equal to 0. So we're going to say, so this is the solution here. So we're going to say ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0 like this here. Okay. So the method that we use to derive this is completing the square method. So here we're going to transpose this c across the equal sign this side. It's going to be negative. So we're going to have a squared plus bx is equal to negative c like this here. Now, when we do this here, we divide throughout by a here. So we divide by a here, we divide by a here, we divide by a this side. Then we have x squared plus bx over a is equal to negative c over a like this here. Or if you want, we can just divide throughout by a first here. So meaning that we're going to have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then we divide throughout by a like this, divide by a here. Then we have x squared plus bx over a plus c over a equal to 0 here. Then this is a constant that we have here, so we can push this across the equal sign this side. Then we have x squared plus bx over a equal to negative c over a like this here. So basically these are just one and the same methods that are there, so we'll proceed from here now. Okay, now let me pick it up from the right hand side this side. Now what we do here now is we get half the coefficient of x here, not x squared, just x, so we get half the coefficient of x. So half the coefficient of x, so the coefficient of x that we have there is b over a. We multiply this by half, it will just simply give us b over 2a like this here. Now this value that we get here like this here, we're going to square it and we add it on both sides of the equation so that the equation still maintains balance there. So here we're going to have x squared plus bx over a plus the square of this, which is b over 2a squared equal to negative c over a plus again the same term, we add it on both sides of the equation, b over 2a squared like this here. Then on the next part now here, we're going to get this x that we have here. Okay, so we get x plus what we have in the brackets here, which is plus b over 2a, and then we square it like this here. Meaning that if we try to expand this bracket that we have here, it will give us back this expression that we have there. Okay, so we continue. Then on the right hand side this side, we have negative c over a. Now this power 2 that we have here is going to affect both the numerator here and the denominator here. So what I mean there is, so suppose you have, these are indices, suppose you have a over b to the power n. This is simply equal to a to the power n and b to the power n like this here. So here we're going to say plus b squared divided by, then below here, 2a squared, we're going to get 4a squared like this here. Okay, so we continue. We have x plus b over 2a squared is equal to, then this side we make this a single fraction. We're going to have 4a squared as our common denominator here. Then a into 4a squared, we get 4a times negative c, we get negative 4ac here. Then plus 4a squared into 4a squared, we get a 1 by b squared, we just get our b squared here. Then here we have x plus b over 2a squared equal to b squared minus 4ac divided by 4a squared, like this. Now bear in mind here I've just interchanged the positions of the numerator that we have there. Now since on the left hand side we have a power 2 here, what we need to do here is to get rid of this square that we have here. So meaning that we're going to square both sides now. Here, if you have a squared, let's say being equal to 4 like this here, when we introduce the square root here, this side we introduce as well the plus or minus, because we're going to get two values, which is the positive of the root of 4 and the negative of the root of 4 here. So the same thing is going to be applied this side. We're going to say we find the square root of x plus b over 2a squared equal to, we introduce the plus or minus this side, which is plus or minus there, then the square root of 4 or b squared minus 4ac divided by 4a squared, like this here. So here the power 2 and the root, they are going to cancel out. Then we're left with x plus b over 2a equal to plus or minus. Then now this side here, laws of indices, if you have a over b, this is the same as the square root of a divided by the square root of b here. So here we're going to have the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by the square root of 4a squared, like this. So we have x plus b over 2a equal to plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by, so the square root of 4 is 2, the square root of a squared is a, so meaning that here we're going to have square root of, or we're going to have 2a here. Now since we're trying to solve for x here, we're going to transpose this b over 2a the other side, this side. So we're going to have x is equal to negative b over 2a plus or minus like this here. So now when you look at these two that we have here, this is a fraction and this is a fraction here, so we need to make this a single fraction here. So making this a single fraction, we're going to get the common denominator that we have here, which is 2a. So 2a into 2a, 1 by negative b, we get negative b. Then we have plus or minus the square root of, so 2a into 2a, 1 by the square root of b squared minus 4ac. We just have b squared minus 4ac, like this. So therefore we've derived the quadratic formula there. Now this expression that we have under the root here is what we call the discriminant. So the discriminant here is simply equal to b squared minus 4ac, like this. Now 1, if the discriminant that we have is greater than 0 here, it simply means that the quadratic equation that we're solving is going to have two distinct real solutions here. So here we say the equation has two distinct real roots here, like this. So if the discriminant is greater than 0, then the equation has two distinct real roots. Then the second condition here, if the discriminant is equal to 0 here, it simply means that the equation has repeated roots. Of course, the roots that we have are real numbers, so meaning that it has repeated real roots here. So I'll just put the real this side. So it has repeated real roots there. Then 3 here, if the the discriminant that we have is less than 0 here, it simply means that the equation has no real roots, like this here. Alright, so we said this expression that is under the root here is called the discriminant. So there are three conditions that are attached to the discriminant. If it is greater than 0, it has two distinct real roots. If it is equal to 0, it has repeated real roots. So meaning that, for example, if the root that you have is x equals to 2, even the other value is 2 as well for the second condition here. Then if the discriminant is less than 0 here, then the equation has no real roots there. Alright, thank you.